Hello Marvel Heroes fans, my name is Wilfred and welcome to my channel where you can see videos and guides and independent view on this free-to-play game called Marvel Heroes Omega. Now, as part of the console launch, Luke Cage will be one of the 30-odd heroes available. So I thought maybe I'd do a video for Luke Cage as well, so as to make sure that PC crowd is happy, the console crowd will be happy as well. So that's my idea. Now, I think a lot of us have a lot of hope on Luke Cage because prior to the biggest update ever, he's alright, it's a little bit dated. Still effective, yes, but not really that fun. So we're all looking forward to what happened to this hero after the update. Now I think he has some quality of life along the way after the biggest update ever, and probably it's the right time to take a look at Luke Cage. What he can do. To summarize what he can do after the biggest update ever, I think the major changes as such. You could still play him as the combo pawn heroes, which I presume, and I'm pretty confident to say that that is probably the best damage output, especially in the raid environment. So you observe the combo pawn and then dish out the damage. Usually in this game, they reward you by working harder to get the result. But then, from an everyday build perspective, the combo pawns could be a bit clumsy. Have to observe the pawns, and also combo pawns is not really that area friendly. You would like to have some flexibility here and there to sort of like just clear the mobs around the area, not just the best single target kind of like heroes. So I'm quite happy that now there is an option to make him not a combo pawn heroes, and I'm now able to collect a little bit more area power here and there, making him a more all-rounded heroes in a sense. So that is a good news. Another thing is that the so-called the heroes for hire work a little bit differently. Well, you can still only pick one through the passive be as Iron Fist or Coning Wing, because I'm a big fan of Coning Wing, so that's one of the reasons why I go for it, Misty Knight, and so on and so forth, and of course his wife Jessica Jones. So you could do something like that. But at the end, looking at the build kind of thing, I think the Coning Wing sort of synergized the best out of the whole thing, so I kind of like would like to recommend this build to you as an everyday build. And this part of the video is really about overview. The next part I'm going to talk about the deep dive on the power design and so on, and also I'm going to play a little bit of Kurse Terminal in the event whereby you like to see how it plays like, to see whether you want to unlock or not. So I've got time codes below for you as well. Now the final words I'd like to talk about Luke Cage is that, is it more fun after the update? Yes. Is it more build variety? Perhaps, may not be from a DPS point of view, because I still feel that combo pawn is still the best potential out there, but it's still workable. I can deal with it. The only criticism I have for this hero, and it's quite a big one, because whether you unlock or not depends on a couple of things, whether the hero is through or not. I feel that Cage was here, which is used to be a charger power, now become like, I can use a talent to make it like instantly to do it like that. Now, if you just do it like, without any animation, this power always pop. But the problem I have is that as I'm doing combat, there are many instances whereby the animation get into the way that I can't execute this power. So I'll keep pressing a button and nothing happens. And this is quite common when it comes to Godzilla implementation. If you look at like Gambit in the past, before biggest update ever, I don't know about now. The Grand Slam used to be a charge up power. They converted into like without charge up, and it's still clunky. You click the button, nothing happens. It happens a lot. Maybe it's my latency, but something to think about, because this is a really important power. Cage was here. It applied vulnerability as well, and buffed by the talent as well. So if this power always get into the way and you have to learn your way to like release all the animation to make it happen, I do not know whether it's a cup of tea or not, but that is something that you need to balance. Maybe you need to test it out to see whether you like it or not in the test center. I do not know. All right, so now next part is deep dive into his power, trait, and talent. Now, this part of the video is all about the deep dive on the powers, trait, and talent. The reason why I want to go through all these powers possibilities with you is that although I have a build in mind that work really nice for me, but I would like to introduce other powers to you should you want to do something else a little bit different, because maybe your gearing is a lot better than me in some sense, or the way that you don't like or like certain power, it may make a difference as well. So I'd like to sort of like go through some of these powers to highlight what are the decision points and to equip you with the right knowledge so as to build the heroes that you would like to be. Okay, now, first thing first, when it comes to Luke Cage, and this is a no combo point, so I'm not going to talk about combo points, kind of like opener, finisher at all, is that he has two main powers. Both are basic. So one of them is the crowbar beatdown, which is an basic power melee that do not require the spirit to use. Two per second, that's attack speed. Another option is the cage fighting, which is also 2 per second. Now between this and this, the only difference is the crit hit chance versus the crit damage. 30% versus the 10% crit hit chance. Before the biggest update ever, I probably would prefer the crit damage because back then the crit was kind of high, like 60% close to 70 or whatnot. That back then was a good time. A lot of crit, a lot brutal. But now, after the biggest update ever, kind of things come down a little bit. Require you to probably want to gear. Maybe they plan something in the future. I do not know. So my personal take is that I'll go for the crowbar beatdown, which give me the 10% crit hit chance, because I don't think my gear is that high end. But it really depends on you. Now, how do you decide which one is better? If you really want to be scientific about it, choose the weaker dummy. One of them is just use the crowbar, another one is to use the cage fighting, and you just use that one single power to destroy the dummy and see which one is faster. That's it. I mean, if you really want to be scientific about it, my take is that I'll go for the crit hit chance, just to make it crit more often. So that's my choice, but it's something that you would like to take a look as well. Now, so before I go into power, probably I'd like to go through the talent itself, because that kind of decide what power I pick in a sense. But before I go there, traits-wise, he's a fighting durability hero. So previously, if you use a lot of strength gear, that is bad news because you need to re-gear everything out from strength to durability and all fighting. Like Iron Fist as well, he's a brutal strike chance hero, so it's nice. He has combo points and stuff like that, but you could sort of like lose this trait if so you wish to, which is what this build is about. And he is also the defense deflect hero, so that's not bad. As a melee combatant, 8% reduction, also not bad. Okay, now, first thing first, I would like to recommend a heavy hitter. So I remove the combo point. Now, once you remove the combo point, a couple of things happen. Dam 0 can be activated at any time. Dam 0 is the one that, this is the main power. Dam 0 is the one that I hit a couple of times here. Now, this power is good and bad. The good thing about it is I hit really hard. I mean, like in succession. But the bad thing is that if the boss move away, you are hitting error. Just something to take note of. So it goes something like that, and it's nice. So now without the, if you do the kind of like combo build, you probably can do it more often. But without combo point, then you can only do it like every so often, 12 seconds. So it's quite a long kind of thing. But then there aren't really a lot of scenario. If you look at my video later for against Kurse, there's not really a lot of scenario whereby you need to like single our target to hit, so that is fine. So I'd like to recommend that. Now intuitively, because this talent buff the other two finisher, Harlem Street Kick as well as KO, so would you like to have them as well? Now I go through a number really quick. The street kick is really low DPS. I think even with the cooldown, the street kick is not really that fantastic. I think the finisher traditionally was the best because it gives you a buff in the past. So usually in the past I'll recommend two finisher, alternate between the two, so you can have crit hit and base damage stack up together, or crit hit and attack speed actually layer together. That would be quite ideal. So in the past I would do that, but on itself it's not really that fantastic. So I look into street kick, definitely not. KO wise, it is all right. Now KO give you a single target kind of thing. It's kind of weird. It kind of leave the whole boss or target up. But I realized that it doesn't really interrupt. So like for example, as you can see, like you can try it yourself. Some of this elf, night elf is not night elf, the dark elf summoning some whatever it is. The knockout would not kind of like interrupt the whole thing. It just visually like as though it is interrupted, so it is not. So there's something that in the end I kind of like forget about using that one. So the only thing I benefit from here is a damn zero. I can activate anytime, hit really hard. Next bit is that I do not want Misty Knight, and I could use this one, but this is more for the combo point kind of thing, because you need to have a chain yank to go along with it. But I don't really do combo point. I think this is nice. Business is good. It's nice because I can imagine if you're playing like patrol environment or even farming terminal, within 2 minutes you can just. I'm pretty sure you can do like boss like every 2 minutes. And I think mini boss may count as well. I'm not quite sure. Sometimes the buff window doesn't really tell you any story here in this game. Other games will tell you a lot of buff what's happening, but this game is you have to guess what happened or observe your stats here. But it's a nice kind of like a stat buff here, so I would like to recommend this one to you. So Misty Knight is out. The next bit is that I would like to recommend is the cage was here become the it removed the charge up time, which is nice, and but it kind of like there's a 12-second cooldown. It does give you a nice vulnerability debuff for 8 seconds, but it doesn't cover the whole entire 12 seconds, so there'll be 4 seconds without it. Just to take note of it. I wish they cover the entire end-to-end, but it just, I don't know. The game is being designed that way. But the one thing great about this particular talent is the elbow drop, because I actually use elbow drop a lot. Elbow drop, you can do it from a distance. I like stuff like this. You can do it 2 times as well. Again, it's just a bit clunky. I thought you can do it like quite fast, but there's a certain like kind of thing to it, and it's nice. You can go quite a distance on that one. And later on, as you can see, it's synergized with Coding Wing as well. So these two of them is nice. I like to recommend this one. Coding Wing, I'm a big fan of Coding Wing in the Netflix series Iron Fist. A big, huge fan of Coding Wing. And even before so, I've been like, playing with Coding Wing anyway. May or may not be the best, but I enjoy just having Coding Wing around. It's nice because if you look at her stat, right? I mean, she hit pretty hard on many of those things like the Dragon's Lie, whatever it is, and you can activate like Coding Wing, directly. So you can call her out, right? So she's come out, right, and she does her thing, and whenever you do an elbow drop. Whenever you do an elbow drop here, then she does all these things here that supplement the thing, and also you can actually command her to do something like that, right? So this is again, it's a very, very nice effect to it. So there's quite a lot of interaction here. I don't know whether you can see or not, but a lot of interaction here. Right, so there's a lot of things going on with Coding Wing, and that is really, really nice. So this one synergizes really well with this guy here, so that's why I would like to recommend this to you. And last but not the least, I would like to recommend that whenever you use Cold Shoulder, whatever, increase your movement speed a little bit. Why? Because I think this is more of like everyday build. Whenever you kind of like kind of thing, you feel like you move a little bit faster, kind of nice, just in general is nice. So that is what I like to recommend. So by looking at the talent itself, I've explained Coding Wing, I've explained the Dam Zero, I've explained the cage was here, as well as the elbow drop, and also the crowbar beatdown. Sweet Christmas was the ultimate in the past, now become signature. It doesn't really do a lot of things. It's a half a second cooldown. It's just kind of like Sweet Christmas. Yep, that's it. But it gives you a buff. Again, there's no you can't really see here, but the buff is here for 8 seconds, unaffected by power duration. So pop this one before the ultimate or before you do any big damage to it. So the last power I would like to recommend to you is in fact the Chunk of Concrete. It is it's one of those power doesn't really get really appreciated because in a combo point kind of like scenario, it doesn't generate combo point, it doesn't do this, doesn't do that. But then the good thing about it is that because it's so vanilla, the DPS is actually not that bad compared to some of these like Knockout or the other one, There are two of them. One is the knockout. The other one is the Harlem Street Kick. So compared to those two, I think this one is Chungo Concrete is actually pretty good DPS. And I mean, I could use the vehicle manslaughter as well, but then I don't like 12-second cooldown. I like 6-second better. Although it is like, look at the DPS. This one is actually pretty decent as well. So I would strongly recommend. It hit quite far as well. I mean, look at this one here. I mean, it go all the way. Well, it got blocked by the entrance, by the way, but it does. You get the idea. It go all the way to that side here. Yeah, it go like all along the way. So it's very nice when you line things up and just throw the thing in, or just in front of the boss, just throw it right on his face, and it works as well. So I hope that gives you an idea how to play Luke Cage. Is this the only build? No, of course not. You can mix around things here and there. But if you want to do like a no combo point, I think this is probably the most optimal way of doing. So yeah. So in the next bit of the video is really talking about the just show you how he plays like in a Cosmic Curse scenario. All right. So this is Luke Cage in Cosmic Curse Terminal using pre 2.0 gear. Here we go. This is no combo build. Everything is just cooldown and so on. So usually what I like to do is that I'll throw something ahead of time like this. Then jump in here, calling wing, and then it's just like Cage was here, and that's it. That's about it. Right. So there's another thing that it hit really far, by the way. So that is very nice. Then you can calling wing anytime that you like to cut certain things. I mean, this power is kind of generic these days. Quite a few heroes have it as well. And well, the damn zero was quite unnecessary. It was yeah. So and I'll throw here and then just go back in. Cage was here, and after that calling wing. Yeah. So it's rather nice. Fair bit of area damage. That's why I kind of like it. You can jump it two times as well. And you can line mobs up and do a throw, right? So there's a couple of things you can do. Cage was here. Yeah, so sometimes the animation may sort of like kind of like interrupt with the whole Cage was here, which is something I don't really like, but it's something that you probably could get used to it after a while. So this is going to be a little bit longer fight, so which is good. Damn zero, making sure that hit the right thing. You can pop the signature as well. And that's about it. Sweet Christmas, that's the signature. Jump back in, Cage was here. Right, so damn zero. And yep, managed to get it before they summon the Frost Giant. I don't need the ring over there. Okay, so here you go. More stuff to kill here. Again, you can throw the thing across like this, right? So you can jump here one time, jump here one time, right? So it's kind of nice. Cage was here. So I mean, this build is kind of flexible in terms of the area kind of effect, kind of thing. So you can do a Sweet Christmas first and buff yourself. That is nice as well. Sweet Christmas will buff. Have quite a long buff though. These days, that was used to be an ultimate. Now it become a signature. No, I couldn't get it done. So sometimes I manage to do it, sometimes not. But that's fine. Not to worry. Okay, so that was the Sweet Christmas I do. It's a half a minute kind of cooldown, rather long, but it buffed for 8 seconds. I can do a lot of wonders with it. Okay, so you can throw a thing here, and I'll throw it here. So yeah, that's about it. Do I need to come here? Probably not, but just for fun. Right, so Cage was here. Yeah, so that's still rather effective. Just make sure that you can pop it nicely. You release all your animation and it should be fine. Okay, so that's done. A few to pick up here. That's about it. So ahead of time, and you can jump in. Cage was here. Yeah, I had to press a couple of times, as you can see, but it's just something that you have to get used to it. Probably from controller, you can spam the button. I don't know. Sweet Christmas. Well, I should have wait for Kurse, so I'm so near to the boss fight. Anyway, yeah, just not fast enough somehow. There you go. Okay, communicator. Maybe I should pick one. Who knows? a whole bunch of stuff here, and that's it. Yeah, it's all that. Ooh, they disappeared somewhere. So now it's Kurse time, and I'm going to use a Sweet Christmas to buff myself. And now I'll do a little bit of things here and there. I'll just pop the ultimate to make you guys see how the ultimate core, the improvised wrecking ball will look like. Alright, so I have to get my mouse ready. So I'll just do a few things here. Invulnerable. If that hits, doesn't hit. So that's the ultimate. Yep, there's a wrecking ball. Come on, man, Cage was here. Yeah, it's a bit frustrating when things doesn't kind of Alright, so that's it. End of story. So that's pretty nice. Okay, nothing much about the loot wise. I managed to get the cosmic Gem the Curse the other time when I was farming this guy. So I mean, the loot does drop. Where was my... Yeah, so this is the one that got it. And the roll is not bad as well. The roll is not bad, so it's kind of nice. Okay, so I hope you got an idea how it plays like. A little bit of nice area damage here and there. And just in overall kind of fluid and fun build, no need to pay too much attention to the combo point like before, and still quite rather effective on some of this content. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this sort of video, do check out the link at the description below. Back to my website, there's a lot more guys for you to watch. Have a nice day. Bye.